Hey, Carl, we're
Hey, Vinnie.
live.
I see that.
Hey, you know what's coming up?
What's that, buddy?
Hackamania. And you know what makes it great? Holiday, Christmas / Hanukkah / Kwanzaa / who gives a fuck present?
Airfare to Las Vegas?
And hotel.
Yes.
But you could just give somebody tickets to Hackamania if you wanted to. You could go to hackamania.com. Use promo code CREEP, save 10%, and that's going on May 9th through 11th. So, we're reminding you early, kids. Early and often. Early and often. All right, let's do a show.
You're listening to the Karl Network.
Attention parents, what you're about to see is not suitable for kids. Shoot, it's not even suitable for some grown-ups. You might want to walk away now if you ain't into these type of things.
I'm going to give the people what they want. Sensation, horror, shock.
I'm going to deliver the goods because I'm alive and I'm not backing down.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Fuck with my beard.
It's not real.
No shit. Well, it was real, but you see, I got sick and all the hair fell out, so I had to wear this fucking thing.
How'd you get sick?
I loved a woman that wasn't clean.
Disgusting, vomit-inducing thing.
May to all of you fans of the Creep Off, welcome to the show about creeps by creeps for you creeps. I'm your host. My name is Vinny.
Excelsior, true believers.
And joining me today, as always, to celebrate the great holiday of Creepmas, it's my co-host, Hot Carl.
It's a Creepmas miracle.
Cuzaroo.
All the Cuzaroos out there, thanks for joining us on this Creepmas celebration.
Now, as always, the Creep Off is a competition. Carl, do you want to explain the rules to everybody?
I do want to explain the rules. It's very simple. What happens is Vinny and I both present a creep in a certain category. Once we're done presenting our creeps, you go to thecreepoff.com and vote for who you thought brought the bigger creep. Once somebody gets to 5 victories, they win the round, and the other person has to spin the dreaded Wheel of Consequences, which is right there behind you, which is made by Lockie, our boy. Fantastic Wheel of Consequences. And that pretty much sums it up. Wouldn't you say there, Vinny?
It would. And by the way, thank you for bringing up Lockie. Lockie, thank you for the wonderful Christmas present. I just got it today. I left it at my house like an idiot, but it's an awesome t-shirt from Johnny Cupcakes in Boston. It's the World Champs Boston Celtics t-shirt.
Oh, sweet.
So thank you, Lockie. I really, truly
That's
appreciate
awesome.
you,
Lockie's
buddy.
a great guy. I do have to remind everyone.
Yeah.
Creepmas is a special holiday.
Yeah.
Because it lands on a Monday, but not just any Monday. Super Chat Monday. That's right. We are celebrating 2 holidays today, Creepmas and Super Chat Monday, and I couldn't be more excited about it.
Well, I want to start off by welcoming David S. as a brand new YouTube member. Thank you.
Thank you,
and
David.
if you want to give, if you're feeling giving today, feel free to give some memberships in that chat if you want to. We appreciate that. If you want to spread the Creepmas love.
It is that time of year.
And Chris Engler, thanks for the $2 Canadian ITM, and Merry Creepmas.
In the morning to you, Chris Engler. Thanks for being here, buddy.
This is exciting. Very exciting. Now, the last time we had a competition was 2 weeks ago, Carl.
Yes.
We did the creepiest psychologist. And here to give us the results, our results girl, Danny.
Danny, reading results so dandy. Please won't you post that fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that body's so uncanny. Voice smooth like lemon shandy. Oh yeah, she's my creep girl.
What's up, guys?
Merry Creepmas, Danny.
Merry Creepmas, everybody.
So let's find out who won creepiest psychologist.
And I hope you counted up the tally a few times. Make sure that you're getting this right, Danny. I don't want any mistakes coming in for our result.
Checked it twice.
Good. What do we got here? Because Vinny's up 2-0 in this round. I'm already down. I still have to do my consequence from the last round, which is get my chest waxed. That still has to happen.
Yeah, I forgot about
Did you
that.
forget about that?
I
did. Fun stuff, huh? So I really need a victory here, Danny.
Holy shit, how did I completely forget
I don't
about
know.
it?
You haven't brought it up in a while. I was surprised, actually.
Wow. Stop dropping the ball. I should be tormenting you. I should be texting you every day.
What if I just got rid of one chest hair every day and did like one of those time lapse things?
Do I get to pick who pulls it off?
Yes. Who do you want it to be? Some pro wrestler, you know?
Probably Andy.
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah, you two would have fun with it.
Anyway, I need a victory, Danny.
Yeah.
What were the results from 2 weeks ago?
Understandable. Okay, 2 weeks ago, it was the creepiest psychologist.
Mhm.
And with 67% of the vote, Carl is in fact.
Everything's coming up, Carl. Thank you, Danny. Well
Merry
done.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much.
I guess Christmas is the time for charity.
See what you did there?
I know
Call
what
me
I
a
did.
charity case.
You are a charity case.
I see what you did. Are you guys excited for your first Christmas with baby Lady K?
Absolutely. We're super excited.
Are you spoiling her already? Did you buy her a bunch of stuff she doesn't need?
Of course, you know.
Nice.
The boys too.
She didn't buy us any stuff though, but you notice that?
Yeah.
Aren't Results Girls supposed to get gifts for the hosts of the show?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And it
that's
does
true.
not go the other way, Danny.
It definitely
does not go the other way.
Damn. Okay.
I'm kidding with you, Danny. You just being here is a gift.
It
We
is.
appreciate it.
You are our wonderful Christmas angel, and we are thankful for you. Where can everybody follow you, Danny?
At Danny Desolation on Instagram.
All right. We will see you soon. Merry Creepmas to you and the family.
Merry Creepmas. Love you guys.
Love you too, Danny. Oh, what a
Uh,
treat.
I'll tell you what. She told me a sad story before the show started.
Why are you grinning ear to ear?
I'm not. I was just, she told me a sad story. She had a death in her family.
Shit.
Someone close to her lost her husband. And I said, well, at least you know what to get her this year for Christmas.
Yeah.
Like an eHarmony account. I don't know if Danny thought that was funny. She kind of looked at me like, "Why did you say
that?" she wasn't into that.
Yeah, I was
joke.
I was kind of a dick. Man, people are celebrating Creepmas and Super Chat Monday. Labyrinth Mystic, 5 Creep Off channel memberships gifted. Wow!
Thank you very much, Labyrinth Mystic. I will tell you, once you get gifted a membership, you get to watch our bonus shows that happen just about every Friday at noon Eastern time.
Yeah, we have a good time. We wouldn't be doing it every week if we didn't have a good time.
It's true.
Joseph Collins coming in with the 1999.
Oh,
Merry Creepmas.
Thanks, Joseph Collins. Merry Creepmas to you.
Your Creep Off MVP today, man. Labor Mystic, thanks for the $2 gift membership. I think I will for the holiday.
Thank you, Ever Mystic.
And
much appreciated.
Is that Bobo?
Probably.
Creepmas Super Chat Monday and Festivus.
Wow.
FVP. Aw.
Fuck Vinnie Paulino. But yes, can you believe all of that's happening on one day? It's wild.
It's like a magical celebration.
It really is.
All built around the worst of the worst. Now, Carl, I believe it's time for a competition since you won the last one, and I don't know fucking how. You get to go first.
I'll tell you how I did it. By bringing in the biggest creep, and I'm going to do it again for you. Now,
yeah, today's category, by the way, Christmas creeps.
Christmas creeps. And this one, I had to go back and double check that we hadn't covered this one yet. I was a little surprised because this happened 12 years ago, just a few miles from where we sit right now.
No shit.
No shit. And in fact, it happened 10 days after Sandy Hook, allegedly.
Allegedly happened 10 days after Sandy Hook, or Carl Hamburger
Sandy
is saying
Hook.
that Sandy Hook allegedly happened.
Yes.
I just want to clarify that Carl's opinions are his own. YouTube terms of service.
Now, Vinny, what happened 12 years ago? Well, it was Christmas Eve. It was dawn, Christmas Eve. And there is a crazy fire. And Michael Ciparini and Thomas Kozowski, 43 years old and 19 years old, respectively, go to fight this fire. They're firefighters, volunteer. They go to fight this fire. They get the call, and they are gunned down. They were ambushed by a gunman. Why don't you take a look at my first image here? This is what the fire looked like. So this is a
Holy
blazing
shit.
fire. The gunman set fire to his own house and his vehicle in order to get first responders to arrive. And then he was ready with 3 guns to take them out one at a time.
That's pretty fucked up.
It's wild.
Now,
And then-
I know right where this is because this is down on that little strip down by the bay.
Yeah, Lake Road.
This is a very, very small area
Mhm.
because there's water on both sides of it. It's almost like it just kind of jets out into the lake and
It's
between
just
the
one
bay.
road in and out.
Yeah. So if you're caught in like a crossfire there, you are really fucked because there's nowhere to go.
And those houses are close to each other too. It's primo real estate. So take a look at my my number 2. This is another zoomed out view of what this fire looks like. So you can see,
Yeah, that's the area.
this is a ton of smoke coming out of this house and this vehicle. And so 2 other firefighters, Joseph Hofstetter and Ted Scardino, were both seriously injured but survived. They were also shot. Also, a police officer, John Ritter, was injured when the gunman shot his windshield and pieces of the glass hit him. And unfortunately for the firefighters, if you look at my next image here, some of them were a little bit too late. You can see the devastation of that house just completely gone. All this stuff is the foundation.
You know,
and a
I
chimney.
got to be honest with you. Here's where I'm at with this. If I'm one of these first responders and somebody whose house this is shooting at me, I'm like, let it fucking burn down. Fuck him. And I go home.
Correct.
I go home and spend Christmas with my family.
Well, let me tell you what happened. Show my image number 4. I'm going to introduce you to William Spengler Jr. This is the gunman, 62-year-old local resident who lived in that house. He had spent 17 years in prison for murdering his 92-year-old grandmother with a hammer in 1980.
Uh-huh.
So he murders a 92-year-old, his grandmother, with a hammer in 1980, spends 17 years in prison. 97, he gets out. Fast forward to 2012, and he decides that he is going to start a fire, burn down the neighborhood, and murder as many first responders as he possibly can. And he exchanged shots with police who arrived in an armored truck to remove the dead firefighters and 33 nearby civilians.
Jesus Christ.
He was hit but ran off, and then he died when he shot himself in the head. Also, later, they discovered another body that was severely burned in his house, and it turned out that that was his sister, 67-year-old Cheryl.
I didn't know that.
Who
So
he
he
was
murdered
living
his sister.
He murdered his sister, his older sister,
Oh, I can understand that at the holidays.
then started the fire. Due to the shooting, this is the crazy part, Vinny. And I know you remember this story. This was a big deal around here. Even more so than Iso Dell. This was a big story. So the fire crews were unable to fight the fire because they were being shot at.
Mhm.
They weren't able to get the police to say, okay, we're now safe until 11:30 a.m. Remember, this started at dawn. So this fire took out 6 other houses completely burned to the ground and 2 others that were rendered inhabitable.
You know, I remember when this happened because it was absolutely shocking. I was in Alabama at my in-laws' house. And I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, is that Rochester on the news? And I was like, oh, lovely. Glad we could follow. But I remember after, people were sending pallets of water down there like it was a natural disaster for some reason. It was just a very weird reaction to all this. It's fucked up that these people lost their houses, but I've been down there. They got much better, nicer ones that aren't as fucked up from the terrible Rochester winters and being right on Lake Ontario. So in disguise, what this guy did was improved his entire neighborhood.
All right. I mean, he did it a different way than the gays normally do it, but he still eventually cleaned things up for people.
That's true.
But this guy is a convicted felon who murdered a woman with a hammer. How does he get guns? Felons can't own guns legally. Well, this is where it gets interesting, Vinny. Investigators concluded that Don Newen, a former neighbor of Spangler's, bought a shotgun and an assault rifle for him at Gander Mountain
Yep.
in Henrietta.
Would you like to see a picture of Dawn?
This is Dawn right here.
No.
So this is her at trial for purchasing guns for a felon. She was 21 at the time of the purchase.
Carl, you know the name Joe T?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Joe T's old Rochester greaseback. He's better out of the corner. And I've known Joe T forever. Joe gave me my first guest spots at a club. I've known Joe forever. And when this was going down, he's like, oh, it's a fucking shame. She used to be one of the bartenders at him and his boys' private bar poker games.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they all knew her. She was just like this sweetheart that they all knew and loved, supposedly.
Well, she's now 36, but she was convicted in both state and federal courts for her purchase of the guns and served 8 years.
Yeah.
For doing that. She's now out as of 2021, but she served 8 years there.
Boy, was her face red when she found out what he did with them.
Dude, I don't know if you know this part of the story. He wrote a 2.5-page note. He typed one up on a typewriter, 2.5-page note that he left at the scene of the crime that the first responders found. And so right before he killed those 3 people, he typed a rambling diatribe that reads like a stream of consciousness tirade against a former neighbor, Dawn Welsher, who's the mother of that woman right there, Dawn Newen.
No shit.
Yes. So this is what he wrote.
So he's friends with Dawn Jr.
Dawn Jr., so he was neighbors with both of them.
Yeah.
You know, the mom and the daughter lived in his house. The daughter purchased these guns for him, and she got 8 years for doing that. Listen to this. This is what he wrote. This is excerpt from his note. I got a Bushmaster and Mossberg Cruiser from her for the cost of $1,000, or for cost plus $1,000. But here's where it gets tricky. She sent her daughter to get them because she doesn't like to leave a paper trail. So the dummy will take the heat for the weapons while the person who set it up and made the profit skates. If you let it go that way. So when you're checking the serial numbers on the weapons, you might want to take all of this into account. On one hand, you have the daughter who was going to school to try to make something of herself and was basically duped, and the mother who sent her to get them, and even by my standards, is a low life, and make sure the right one takes the hit for the weapons. Yeah, I know you'll probably screw it up anyhow, even when it's served up on a golden platter. And then this is the last sentence of it. He says, now, if you'll excuse me, all this typing really aggravated the arthritis in my hands, and I still have to get ready to see how much of the neighborhood I can burn down and do what I like doing best, killing people. So he, in the 2.5 pages, all he talked about was what a bitch this woman was, this Dawn Welsher, the mother of the woman who purchased the guns, saying that you guys are going to convict the daughter. It's not her fault. The mother put her up to it. And guess what? She was interrogated by police. She was questioned. They found no fault. The only thing they know is this note. So it's his word against hers, and she has never served a day in jail for it.
Now, here's what I don't like about this.
What's that?
I wanted to like this guy for improving the neighborhood. Now I don't like a tattletale. We all know that. Nobody likes a tattletale. And
he was just trying to get this woman in trouble that he hates. So he decided, listen, I'm not going to kill that woman, but I'll get her thrown in prison by murdering a bunch of people with a gun she purchased for me. But where it fucked up was when the daughter goes, yeah, here's those guns. Like, fuck. You're supposed to be your mom handing me these guns. God damn it.
Holy shit.
Did you know that part of it?
No.
Me neither. I just learned that this morning.
I just know that everybody that I know that knew Dawn Jr., loved her and said she was a sweetheart and a great girl.
Yeah, I can't imagine she feels good about purchasing these firearms that ended up murdering first responders.
No, I can't imagine she does. And I can't believe that New York State, the state that apparently loves to prosecute people for guns and shit, loves to outlaw the guns, doesn't go after the person when he's like, hey, listen, this is why I did it. This is very clearly what happened.
Troy Smith says, you think murder would be a little harder on arthritis than typing? Yeah, I would think so too, Troy. That's a good point. Because he was exchanging. I mean, he goes on to talk about how when he got the rifle, it only had a clip that could hold 10 rounds. So then he had to go to Pennsylvania and get someone else to purchase other clips for him. I mean, it's a crazy story. And that is my creep, William Spangler Jr., who decided on Christmas Eve to go out and murder some people who were volunteer firefighters.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
When innocent people are murdered.
It's terrible, Vinny. It's an awful thing that happened, and it led to stricter gun laws. But that's not the point. The point is an awful thing that happened. Vinny, what did you bring for us today?
Carl, I'm very excited to present my creep today.
That's gross. You shouldn't be excited about it.
Well, it's a lot of fun, this story. You're going to enjoy it. Everybody knows about the Who's in Whoville. Well, this is Ernest Hulaver. What a fun Christmas name.
Yeah.
And in July of 2002, he's 42 years old. Ernest Hulaver Jr., he's married, father of 2. He lives with his wife, Jean. She's 43. And his daughters, Victoria, 20, and Elizabeth, 15. Here's a great picture of the family. There's Jean in the middle.
Mhm.
I think the older one is on the left, and the younger one that looks a little bit like me is on the right.
Story checks out.
Yep. Victoria had a baby earlier in the spring named Madison, and the family dynamic was changing a bit, Carl. You see, what was going on was there's a new baby, and the baby daddy, Francisco Ramos, and his daughter were very happy together. So family time was being effective. Specifically, it was interrupting Ernest's ability to molest and rape his children, which he had been doing for years. You see, this was making everybody way too, talky and emotional, and more people were getting involved in his business because, like, the dad's hanging around. Now there's another baby. And he did all of this without the mom knowing.
What an asshole!
But things came to light in July, and Jean went to the police to protect her daughter, Elizabeth. And Ernest was hit with 13 charges of rape.
What did you do?
And they let him out on a $100,000 bail pending trial in January of 2003.
Great. What could go wrong?
Well, Jean got an order of protection from the Abuse Act, and Hulaver was evicted from the family's house with no rights or privileges of entry, and he was not allowed to own any firearms.
Right.
So he moves back in with his mom and his dad and his little brother, Scott, who's 28 years old.
Oh, I mean, it's bad enough having to move back in with your parents, but because you're molesting your daughters, that's a awkward conversation.
Oh, it was everybody else's fault.
Oh, okay. Well, then
they're all
an awkward
lying.
conversation. Oh,
Everybody's a liar.
a fucking liar.
But Ernest, you see.
Who's that old guy over there? Uncle Paul with the creepy.
Now, he's giving his brother on Christmas, on the 23rd, very late at night, early into Christmas Eve morning. They're drinking. And he's like, man, these bitches all lied on me, bro. And I just miss my dog so much. I miss my puppy. All I want is my puppy for Christmas. And he's like, listen, man, if you drive me out there, I'll steal that dog. And I'll have my dog for Christmas, and you'll be the best little brother a guy ever had. And Scott was like, all right, I guess I can do that. Even though he knew he wasn't allowed to go back to the house or be anywhere near the family.
It's just, to get a puppy, though. It's
just to go steal the family
it's
dog
just to
on
grab
Christmas
the dog. It's fine.
Yeah. So this is literally hours away from his parents' house. So they have to, through the night, are driving, and they're both drunk.
I was going to say, that's not a fun activity when you're drinking, to go for a long car ride.
Nope. So Ernest tells Scott to park about a block away from the house. It's 4 a.m. Christmas Eve. And Scott said he watched his brother walk towards the house. This is the house right here. I believe I have a picture of it. And it's dark out. It's very early in the morning. And he comes running back to the car 10 minutes later and says, we got to go. We got to go. We got to go. We were never here. We were never here. We got to go.
No. abort.
And then multiple times
on
the way, Ernest is telling Scott, hey, do me a favor, pull over here. Pull over here. And he would get out and like throw off clothes or throw something else, get back into the van.
On the way back.
Okay. So about 28
you got
hours
an extra license
later,
plate we can put back there? Can we change out your license plate by any chance? You didn't bring any extras? Okay. Just checking.
Yeah, it's not. He got out of there in a hurry.
Should we paint your car real quick, a different color?
So Scott knew something bad happened.
Yeah.
He wasn't exactly sure what happened. But about 28 hours later on Christmas morning, Middletown Police Sergeant Robert Givler was called, and he knew Jean, the wife. He went over to their home because they had gotten a bunch of calls from relatives who were concerned when they didn't show up on Christmas Eve, and then were supposed to come over on Christmas Day. They didn't hear anything from anybody. They were all very, very concerned. So as the sergeant describes it, as he walked towards the porch, he looked through and saw Jean's body dead in the kitchen. He enters the house and he hears noises upstairs. So when he goes upstairs, he finds the younger daughter dead across her bed with shot in the forehead. And then he goes into the other room and he finds the older daughter, Victoria, on the floor, dead, shot in the head as well. but holding her 9-month-old baby who was still alive and fine, who had just
Jesus
been
Christ.
laying on the floor next to his dead mother for 28 hours. That was baby's first Christmas, Carl.
Wow. Well, good thing you don't remember your first Christmas. I bet Danny will do better with little Lady K.
I think so too.
I hope so.
think she's a much better mother.
I hope so.
She's not gonna let anybody shoot her in the head while she's holding her.
She's holding the baby.
Elizabeth Hoolaver, like I said, was in the bedroom, sprawled across the bed, dead. They were all shot in the head with a .22 caliber weapon. Police are now going, who is the suspect here? And they're like, oh, could it? I think we should maybe have a conversation with the dad who's being accused of raping all of them. And all these people are scheduled to be witnesses in his trial coming up next month.
Mm-hmm.
And they served a search warrant for Ernest. And they basically searched the house. They found that there was .22 caliber ammo in the house. And Scott was already out on this $100,000 bond. Or I'm sorry, Ernest was out on the $100,000 bond. So they arrested Ernest, immediately revoked his bond and took him to jail. Scott sings like a fucking canary.
Of course he does.
Scott is like, listen, guys, he said he was going to steal a dog. I knew it was wrong. I had no idea he went in there and fucking shot everybody. It was dark. I didn't see blood. I will take you everywhere he took me on the way back to stop. I know where it was. They took it, told him everything, Carl. Now,
you would do the same, right?
On you?
No, on a brother.
Oh, my brother? Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Of course.
Oh, my brother's an asshole.
Yep,
Fuck him.
That's what I thought.
So after the arrest, Ernest is behind bars, Carl. He comes up with a plan because this is what a great dad and what a great guy is. He's like, I can't go down for this, for the murder I committed.
Yeah.
So he starts asking around the jail, which is a bad idea. Don't ask anyone around the jail how you could hire a hitman, because every one of them is looking to sell you out to get time out of their sentence.
Especially when you're the new guy, like you haven't even formed a bond or anything. They're gonna flip on you quick.
Carl, he's going around going, listen, I need a professional who can frame the baby's father for the murders.
I like that he's asking other prisoners, like, if we knew a professional who could pull that off, we wouldn't be here.
Right,
idiots.
Exactly.
Why do you think I know someone like that?
And he's like, you trusted your brother, and now you're going to trust prison snitches?
Right.
DTA, motherfucker, DTA. And he starts asking around, and basically it sounds to me from everything I've read that the warden and the corrections officers all knew what he was doing and just set him up and let him keep doing it and documented it. So by the time he goes to court, they have a record of him talking to an undercover DEA agent, trying to hire a hitman to frame the not the son-in-law, the almost son-in-law, the one who was going to marry the daughter that he murdered.
Yep.
For killing everybody, but for some reason leaving his own baby there in the scene. None of it made any sense. So he
Not
blames
a bright guy.
When he goes to trial, he's blaming everybody else. He still tries to blame the other guy in the trial that they're testifying you're trying to have him killed from prison. Long story short, kids, he was ultimately convicted and received 3 separate death sentences. And he was scheduled to be executed in 2011.
Okay.
But in Pennsylvania.
I guess Biden pardoned him last week.
No, dude. We're going to talk about the Biden pardons on the bonus episode because I've been reading some of the people who got clemency on this shit. It's pretty fucking
crazy,
insane.
right?
Well, we're going to do that. There's your tease. But because they're a little lax and wanting to abolish the death penalty, he's still sitting in prison outside of Philadelphia.
That doesn't make any sense, Rick.
Been on death row since August of 2004, 20 some odd years. They haven't executed him.
Good use of our tax dollars right there.
There's the family that's all dead. And look at this piece of shit.
All right.
Look at this Christmas card right here.
Great presentation, Vinny.
Yeah, you shouldn't rape your own children and then frame the people who do love them for murder.
Better than killing first responders, though. We need to protect those people.
Is it?
Those are the people that keep us safe.
Is it?
Vinny. Well, great presentation. Go to thecreepoff.com. Vote for who you thought brought the bigger Creepmas creep.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you about the results next week.
Drunken Atheist Studio, thanks for the $2. Merry Xmas, MFers. Thanks for not killing yourselves.
Oh, there's a new coof in town. Thank you for not doing that.
Jimmy's neglected mother. It's so great to hear from you. How does a person get executed 3 times? Well, it's a good point. But that's what the state of Pennsylvania sentenced him to.
That is stupid.
Death sentences.
That is really dumb.
Buddy. Is it time for Carl's Cop Cam?
It sure is.
I can't wait to see Carl's cop cam. Fight with the cops for no reason. Will you please show me Carl's cop cam? Lose all your rights, ruin your life.
This one comes in from Bugle Me This. Thank you for emailing this one to me. We're going to start off. A blonde, semi-attractive woman gets pulled over, and she claims she's got a flat tire. And that's why she's thinking that she got pulled over here in my clip number 1.
All right, let's find out what happens, kids.
I'm gonna have FWC putting behind me.
So it's been driving on only 3 tires.
Man. Signal 1. Step out. Step out. Okay, you need to step out.
So I think I have a flat.
Go to the front of my car.
Okay.
I have one occupant. It's gonna be female. She's signal 1. On code 5.
Thank you. I think it's like the
Stop.
right.
Stop. Touch. Okay. Yeah. What's going on? Did she crash?
I was coming this way. I just saw it. I went down. I went north. I turned around.
Oh, I have a flat tire.
Yeah, your
You have a
lips.
flat tire?
Yes.
I have a flat tire. It happens. What are you going to do?
This woman has melty plastic surgery face.
Yeah, a little bit. But I still would. All right. So the police officer asked the question, ma'am, can you just tell us what's going on here? We want to know. And I love this answer that she gives.
Okay.
Okay.
I need you to stand in the front of my car. What's going on?
Nothing. I just was trying to get home, and my tires aren't working.
Your tires.
My tire's not working. It's a faulty Google Chrome. My tire's not working.
She says that as her face melts like a candle. Wow.
I've never heard that before. That's fun. So then he asks, all right, well, what did you hit? And then we see the damages as he walks over to assess the damages.
Just a couple bogs.
What did you hit? Did you hit anything? Did you hit another car? Can you stay with her?
She's confused. So look at this, Vinny.
Oh, I'm watching. Oh my God.
The tire is completely gone. The bumper is destroyed, ripped in 2.
Not only that, the rim and like the Corvette is like bent inward.
Yeah, she was driving like that. This is why she got pulled over.
I'm sure there's worse cars in Florida.
Oh, for sure. But that one's not going to pass inspection if they had such a thing. So the other police officer goes back to assess the damages. There was a work zone, and they have the barricade put up, and it looks like she drove right into that barricade. Take a look at this next clip.
Looks like she hit the wall right here.
Oh,
This is
shit.
her rim.
Look at
right
this.
Here was in the road.
There's just pieces of her car.
Gash in the road right here. That's definitely fresh.
Large pieces of her car all
Here's
over.
a bumper.
Check the plate on it.
So there's again looking at what that looks like. So I think
Wow.
they're drawing the conclusion, Vinny, that's the car that was involved in that accident with the barricade. They're putting these two pieces together, going, maybe this is the car that drove into that barricade.
You
and
can
lost its
never
bumper.
assume, Carl. You can never
That's
assume.
what they're saying. So they keep asking her questions about, okay, so did you hit the barricade back there? Like what happened? She's going to explain what happened in my clip 5 here.
You don't remember or you don't know?
No, I know. It was just like an inconsiderate person that just was parked in the wrong place.
Okay.
I actually backed into that.
You back to
I
the
did.
car?
Correct, yes.
So why you have a damage to the front in the front of your car?
That is not my fault. That was like a previous job. I live on Waddell in Alberta.
Okay.
And unfortunately, like tourists, things like that, they just like back into my car. I don't care.
Okay. So
Tourists back into her car, and she doesn't care. She also backed into a car that was parked in a bad spot.
But they were an inconsiderate person. So
And there's no damage to the back of her car. So backing into another car doesn't make any sense. I don't know if she's trying to make up lies on the fly or if she doesn't even know what happened.
You don't know what she's trying to do?
I don't know if she believes this happened. She's so fucking out of it. It's very hard to say. So my clip 6, she's still very confused about why she got pulled over.
All right.
So do you know why I pulled you over? Do you know why I stopped you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I was being bad.
Because what?
I wasn't very good.
Good in what? What do you mean?
Well, I wasn't definitely taking accountability of the road. I was definitely thinking more about myself and not about
Okay,
people.
where were you coming from?
Summerlin.
What the? Did you know I pulled you over? Yeah, I was bad. What do you mean by that? Well, I
This
wasn't
is
very
like
good.
a kindergarten answer. I was being bad.
I was being bad.
And I
wasn't
wasn't
being
taking
good.
accountability of the road.
Right. I was just thinking about myself and not so much the road, is what she said. So
I kind of love her for that type of honesty.
my clip 7, she comes up with yet another thing that happened, and this is crazier than the last
Well,
one.
whose fault is this one?
Okay, so how you crashed your car?
I mean, I just hit him. It was awful.
You hit who?
I hit the driver.
You hit the driver?
No, I'm sorry. I tucked my hands. Yeah, he pulled out, and I didn't have time to brake. Really cool.
So now she's saying that a car pulled out in front of her and she hit another car, and she didn't have time, and it wasn't her fault, obviously.
Well, it's good for her to get ahead of these things. Wow.
I thought she backed into a car that was parked. Now a car's pulling out in front of her.
I thought it was the tourist fucking up her car. She doesn't care.
Messing up her car, but that's what you get when you live in a beautiful part of Florida like this.
I wish she had ended it with, I hit him, and I don't care. It's whatever.
Yes. Well, so my clip number 8, they go, well, do you know about that barrier back there that you hit? And she's got a wild answer for this.
Okay.
How about, did you crash into the concrete barrier in the construction zone?
No.
No, that was not you.
35-hour zone.
I'm sorry?
That's a 35-hour zone. So no, I don't
It's a 35-hour zone.
Yes, a 35 mile per hour zone.
Okay.
So I definitely do not do that over.
So that's not the place you crashed?
No.
So why we have a pieces of the car over there?
Fuck, why not?
Good answer.
Honestly,
Why did you continue to drive?
why did I continue to drive?
Yes.
Because I want to be home.
Now that, I believe, is probably the first truthful answer that she has given. Why'd you continue to drive? Because I want to go home.
I would have looked at her and said, what? I would have looked at these cops at this point and said, what car?
I wasn't driving a car, so you're making that up.
Who are you guys again? I would have just played completely fucking crazy.
So, you ask a stupid question, you get a stupid answer, I guess. And so now they're wondering about this other person she claims to have hit. And is that person okay? Where are they? Let's get into that. My next clip.
Dude, that person zoomed off real quick.
Oh, so they fled.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course I would stop and ask if you're all right. There was actually a fatality and sorry.
Okay.
So
There was a fatality too. So the person she hit sped away. She wanted to stop and make sure he was all right. But then there was a fatality. And then she kind of trailed off after that.
Okay. Hold on a second.
What?
I love how this starts and where's the other driver? I wish she was actually, well, he was wedged in the bumper, but he fell off when I hit the barricade.
Right. Yes. I got rid of that guy.
Jesus Christ.
Now, this is crazy because across the street, a guy drives up claiming that she called him and that he's her friend and he's coming to rescue her. So my clip 10, we're going to see the friend show up here.
And you're going to be in big trouble.
She called you?
Yeah, she called me and said she had an accident.
Let's get here off the roadway, okay?
Yeah.
She's drunk, okay? She's drunk.
She just left work. You don't know him at all.
You don't know that guy over there who randomly decided to stop with you or come out over here? All right.
Maybe.
She has no clue. She just called this guy and he's like, hey, I'm her friend. She's like, I don't know who that is. I'm not sure. You really don't know who that is? She's like, I don't know. I mean, it's all the way over there. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Rocco or B, he's killing it. Thanks for the $5. Who sounds funnier, the dumb Valley accent blonde or the cop who sounds like Agador from the Birdcage?
Yes, I know. Once you have to get past that in this video for sure.
All right.
So the cop is talking to the friend who's across the street, and he's like, "So you're friends with her?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're just friends." He goes, "Oh, you're just friends?" He's like, "I mean, I'm trying, but no, we're just friends." So this guy's a simp who's trying to fuck her, and so she knows that and calls him after she hits the barricade to try to get him to help her out because she's obviously using this.
I'll help you out. You help me out.
Yeah,
I'll tell him
she's
you were at work.
using this loser.
What's her job? Do we find out yet?
She works at a salon. She was just leaving the salon, she says.
Oh, they're all drunks at the salon.
Do you think they're all drunks at the salon? Is that what's going on? I wouldn't want to go into a salon and have there be drunk people working on me.
I come buckets, thanks to the $2. Says, I bet she gives head that'll make you see God.
She might. She's got those dick sucking lips, as they say.
Yeah, she had to pay for them, but she's got them.
All right, so Vinny, they bring her back to the police station, and this is the highlight of this video. My clip number 11.
Oh, good.
Oh no, not this one. Stop it. Isn't it 11? Take a seat.
Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Do you need to use the restroom?
I'm good.
You need some water to drink?
No,
No?
no, I'm good. Thank you.
All right, then take a seat, please.
Oh,
Down she
What's going on?
goes.
well,
Not even.
I guess I couldn't sit in that seat.
Not even close. Not even close to sitting in that seat. She just tumbled next to it. So, Vinny, this is my clip number 12. I have the slow-mo replay for us.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I almost fucked that up.
Yeah, let's watch the slow-mo
God damn it.
replay.
Okay.
Number 12.
Yes, please.
So you see her not looking at the chair. I'm sure I'll figure it out once I get to the whoa.
Okay, Carl, she puts her hand down to help her go down to the chair, and there's nothing there, but she still continues to move towards it. That's
She's wasted.
astounding.
This one was just driving a car with 3 tires. Look at her now. Oh, Florida.
Yep, there's that.
Hey,
Yep.
Let me just put my hand on the. Oh, shit. The cop, by the way, does not flinch. He did not bat an eye at that. He's seen that before.
Do you think it's not the first time?
So one more clip on here. We can see that she's very confused about everything that's going on.
Shit.
Can you just express something to me, please? So apparently I sideswiped that car, correct?
No, you didn't hit car. You hit barricade.
A what?
You hit barricade
The what?
in the construction zone.
Oh, yeah, dude. Totally get it. That's just something that happens because a 30-mile-per-hour zone. And, yeah.
I've talked to girls who are this drunk before. You're like, all right, sweetie, we're not going to be making any sense for the rest of the night, are we?
I love her so much, though.
So she refused to take a breathalyzer. She refused to do the field sobriety test at the scene.
Can my friend just do it?
She was charged with DUI damage to property, reckless driving, leaving the scene of a crash, and refusal to submit to a DUI test.
Holy shit, Carl. Bravo.
And she was given 18 months, no license immediately because it's the second time she's refused to take a sobriety test in the last year.
Well, she doesn't strike me as the kind of person who'd learn from the first one.
Right. Or remember. Or even remember what happened. She, even back in the precinct, she still had no idea what was going on and what had just happened to her.
Solid point.
I
like
that
how
was Bugle Me This. Thank you for sending that in. Continue to send in your fascinating cop videos for us. We do appreciate that. Let's get caught up because I think there were some. Yeah,
we'll get 'em.
Fast Fat Guy 666. Merry Christmas, boys. Merry Christmas to you, Fast Fat Guy 666.
Thanks for the $2. Captain Cheese, thanks for the $4.99. The only way to celebrate Creepmas is to vote for Carl. Wait
Captain
a second.
Cheese, you're making a lot of good points. No wonder you tried to skip that, motherfucker. That is how you
I
celebrate.
didn't try to
Creepmas.
skip it. I just hit it.
Yeah, huh?
I come buckets, $2. Won $2,000 sports betting yesterday. Here's $2.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate you.
We appreciate your 0.1%.
Congratulations on your hot streak. If you have any tips, let us know.
Oh, I lost yesterday.
Good.
Dude, my fantasy team, we're in the playoffs, right?
Yep.
My fantasy team scored 158.5 points, and I lost by 1.5 points.
That sucks.
Brutal.
Yeah. I don't care.
Brutal loss. But I did go to the Bills game yesterday, and I wore the shirt that you got.
Did
me.
you really?
I sure did, Vinny.
Did you like it?
Oh, I love the shirt. Remember what it said on the back?
I do. What did it say? Tell everybody.
Josh Allen, will you cream pie me?
Yeah.
And my wife asked me what a cream pie was.
Oh, so you're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
So I'd explain that to her. But no, I was wearing a coat over it. I'll be honest. It was quite cold out yesterday.
I believe you. So he couldn't read it on the back of the shirt.
No, I don't think he read it.
You know what I was thinking about getting that double-sided on the front, having
He couldn't even see his receivers, let alone the back of my shirt.
he had a bad day. I was thinking I would get added to the front of that. James Cook, may I please blow you?
Okay. Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
What a game he had yesterday, huh?
Yeah. I think
Vinny, it was like 5 degrees out.
Terrible.
At
Why
the
the fuck?
stadium
Why aren't
yesterday.
they putting a roof on the
I
stadium?
don't know. I go to the Detroit game. It's lovely. I have a beautiful time. We hang out there before, after. It's great.
Man, fuck New York State. They're so goddamn stupid.
So stupid.
Buddy, there's a present for you right in front of
I
you.
see that.
Do you want to? You can open your other
you got
present.
me a birthday present. Now you've given me a Christmas gift as
It's
well.
a Creepmas present. Yeah.
Wow. You're
From your-
too good to me. I feel bad. I come here empty-handed.
Wow. What's new?
I didn't realize we had this type of
I get you a gift every year.
girlfriend relationship.
Don't I get you a gift every year?
You do, buddy. You do. I should have.
You still hasn't picked up on any of this, but all right. I'm the problem.
Remembered.
I like how I'm the problem. Enjoy, motherfucker. Enjoy, you piece of shit. You fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah.
He's a real American beer shirt, dude.
Dude, did you get this in Detroit when we were there?
No, I had to order it for
That's
you.
awesome, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Fuck your mother.
Oh, that's a killer shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Please use it to hang yourself.
5X. Huh. I know I put out a couple LBs.
That wasn't that one wasn't mine.
Thank you,
All
Vinny.
right.
So thoughtful. I appreciate
Let's
that.
do some voicemails. And of course, they're brought to us by our friends in Syracuse.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by.
Hold on a second here. Carl.
What?
I fucked up.
Yeah, no shit. You always do. What'd you fuck up this time?
Man.
Did you not get the new Syracuse?
And I spent so much time. Oh, there it is. I'm playing it. God damn it.
Vinny's very stoned today, everyone.
No, he's not.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. Remember, Syracuse residents, Santa and his reindeer want milk and cookies. Please stop with your Coors Light and chewing tobacco. See you in Syracuse.
Ho, ho, ho.
Nice.
All right, Carl, we have plenty of voicemails from our listeners. And I have to say, we always appreciate hearing from all of you. So thank you for that. Let's start off with this one from, I don't know who, but.
In an alternate timeline where Vinny did kick Carl off the Creep Off and hosted it with John, Vinny has now won his 9th week in a row, and John has not seen a single cent.
I like it.
I was listening to your proposal on WATP, by the way.
Yes.
About how you guys want to make DabbleCon 3 John's one-man show.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't my idea. It was a color, but yeah.
Oh, man, I won't let him in the building. He could just fuck right off.
All right.
Well, he could buy a ticket if he wants.
You were like a lover scorned.
Hey, Vinny, this is a theme song you guys can use anytime you talk about a public masturbator. Here we go. Rolling like a creep of the week.
Okay, don't do any more of those. Sorry.
Yeah, actually, sir, I think we have it over here.
Jacking it, jack. Spanking it, jacking it, spanking it, smack.
Our old pal DP here.
Hey guys, it's your old pal DP. I just finished the bonus episode with Nancy Grace, and I just got thinking, the couple with the pug, how the lady was fucking the pug?
Yeah.
How gross is your dick? And how bad do you have to be at sex if your wife or girlfriend or whatever is like, you know what? I think I'll fuck the pug. I mean, maybe like a Great Dane or a Saint Bernard, like, yeah, give me that thing, but
right.
The dog itself is the size of like a basketball player's shoe. That's got to be the most disappointing dick that a dog can have. How fucking ugly and small is your dick for the pug to look like the winner out of the two? Fucking gross. See you next Monday.
It is quite insulting. I agree, sir.
Well, what actually happened was she originally wanted to fuck a black lab, and he wanted none of that.
Really?
He was very
Too
upset.
discerning, huh?
He's like, you will not be fucking a black lab. He's a very racist guy.
Nancy Grace is fucking awful. She's so bad at her job. It's fun.
She's not even on a network anymore. She's on Dr. Phil's website.
It's fun.
Hey, Carl, when are you going to get your chest waxed then? I'm still waiting. Come on, it won't hurt that much. Don't be a pussy. Don't make Stuttering John right. Come on. You normally have an excuse for putting off your consequences for weeks on end. But this one, it's a bad look, pal. Come on, man up.
All right, we'll get on it. Boner Guy 69. Hey, I have a voicemail for us.
Please.
Hey, Carl, this is for the creep off. I've been good at calling that particular number instead of here, but I'm not sure Vinny would play this one. So, Vinny's complaining. Oh, I don't know, Rich Voss all weekend. First of all, the Drew Lane show would say, ooh. Second of all, I wonder how many times he called Vinny John, because that's hilarious. Also, he's bitching about, oh, take me on a winter adventure, Christmas adventure. Put this on his wheel. Go ahead and Google Frankenmuth, Michigan. That's where Greta Van Fleet is from. It's a town in Michigan, north of Fruity Ferndale, Michigan, way north of that. And it's a little Bavarian village. And they have Bronner's, which is a giant Christmas store open every day, all year round. It's Christmas. Suck that, Vinny. All right, shoot.
Why the fuck would I want to go to that? I didn't want to go to the one I had to go to. And that's
why it's a consequence.
It all fucking sucks.
That's why it's a consequence. He calls back.
Okay, I was drinking. After you Google Frankenmuth, Michigan, and Bronner's, send it to Vinny's wife. Have fun there, Josh. Bye.
Yes, that's the move right there. Yes. Plant that little seed
son
in
of a
Jess's
bitch.
head.
Now I'm going to tell you something right now, Carl.
Yes, sir.
If we put that on the wheel, it would be pointless because you just refuse to go.
Oh, I go to Michigan every year, a couple times a year these days. It'll be fine. It's not a problem. You know where I don't go is Indiana, because there's no reason to ever go to Indiana.
All right. Last voicemail.
Hey, Vinny. Yeah, it's the guy with the results girl bullshit. P.S. Drunk again, buddy. But, hey, meetings? Man, nobody likes a quitter. Fuck yourself. Bye.
Just go and listen, sir. Just go and listen.
That's how you start.
That's
you
how
don't have
start.
to participate.
You just go and you listen.
Just go and listen.
You don't.
Step one.
You'll sit there and maybe things will ring true to you. Maybe they won't. But
Maybe
just
you'll
go
feel
listen.
inspired, but you don't have to go in there with any preconceived notion.
And a Merry Christmas to you and your poor family that you probably bother constantly. Just kidding. You're a good guy. Thanks for calling. I want to remind everybody that if you want to call the creep off, the number is 585-371-8108. Call us anytime. Except right now, I'm busy. I guess that would make it time for a scum parade, yeah?
Remember when you first created that number? People were calling us during the show and it was ringing?
Yep.
That was fun.
That was fun. Simpler times.
Yep.
Simpler times.
Scum parade, take me on a raid of these fuck charades that these creeps have made. Scum parade, Vinny and Carl gonna tell you about some fuck shit. Scum parade, like stories of a kid fucked by his mom or dad, soaking up the blood of a cat. Scum parade.
What do you say we start up in Fall River, Massachusetts? Police were executing a regular search warrant for a 33-year-old man named Robert Langlius and another suspect. They fled to a roof, and footage showed the officers peeking inside of a home, then yelling to his fellow officers that at least one of the suspects was on the roof, and they went up there to try to hunt him down.
Well, he probably was hiding in a pretty good spot where they couldn't find him, right?
No, Carl. He was hiding in the most wonderful holiday place one could hide in. A chimney.
Oh, boy.
That's the stupid fucking idiot. He decided to crawl down these people's chimney and got himself stuck.
He was screaming for help. He was trying to run from the cops, and all he wanted was the cops to show up immediately. Yeah. Vinny, this is like a scene out of Saw. This is the scariest shit. Imagine being stuck in a chimney. What was he thinking? I would have chosen a well, a very deep well over a chimney.
This is a man who's been to the prison showers before.
Oh, good point.
He's just fucking get me out of here. Now he's stuck down the well screaming for his life, and the cops are just taunting him,
You fucking
calling him an
idiots.
idiot, which is fine. They ended up having to call the fire department to knock down part of the chimney to get this fucking guy out.
Which is crazy. Vinny, this is the one thing about us fat guys, one of the advantages we have. We never even consider doing this. First off, we don't run. And then
I
secondly,
run every day.
I never even think for a second, like, I'll probably fit in this chimney and get away with it.
I just wouldn't. I don't look at anything and assume I'll fit.
Right. Yeah, I'm never jumping into anything.
What's that kind of freedom like?
It's wild,
My
man.
wife has that freedom.
Right. Jess would have gotten away from the cops.
Dude,
for
she went
sure.
right through. Just, God damn it. So he's in lockup on drug charges and other charges for outstanding warrants. And who's paying for the chimney? So I want to fucking know.
I don't know. It's going to be expensive, though. I saw the photos of them taking out brick by brick in order to get this guy out.
Fucking ridiculous.
Dude, how long do they let him just suffer in there, though? That's got to be the most uncomfortable thing ever.
So they
Stuck in
call
a
the
chimney.
fire department, like, yeah, we got a guy stuck in a chimney. Also, would you mind stopping by Horton's? Picking up some donuts.
Yeah,
and
take your time, by
coffees?
the way, guys. If you got other calls, there's a cat in a tree or something like that, go ahead and worry about that first. If you got chili you just started, finish that up. You got a card game you're playing. No rush.
What a fucking moron.
Oh, you guys are in a poker tournament? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Whenever you're done, come on over.
Well,
I'll
I
be here.
understand you got chili on the stove.
He's
So
not
whenever
going
it's
anywhere.
done, come on down, boys. All right, let's move on to Mississippi, Carl.
Yeah, Robot Glock is right. This is the story out of Gremlins, where that for whatever reason, the love interest is just like, yeah, my dad died trying to pretend he was Santa Claus. He got stuck in a chimney, and then we smelled him weeks later. His body was deteriorating. So wild a story. Anyway, moving on.
We thought he went for milk. All right, this is Tanya Saucier. She's 49 years old, and she is in a lot of trouble, Carl.
Well, that's her and her husband.
Yep, that's her husband.
In better times.
Yep, in better times. Where was the husband's name? Ray. That's Tanya and Ray.
Yes.
And then there's Tanya's mugshot there. You see, they recently were divorced.
Okay.
Last Tuesday, the final paper were signed at the Lennar Rowell Criminal Justice Center in Poplarville, Mississippi. And Mr. Saucier, he's now divorced. He's a free man about to go live the rest of his days. He's a swinging bachelor again. Walks out on the steps of the courthouse only to see his stone-faced ex-wife holding a Glock, and she just straight up guns him down on the court steps.
As soon as he got the divorce finalized, she shot him 9 to 10 times. You know what kind of pent-up rage that is to shoot someone 9 or 10 times? You've been thinking about this for a while.
After the shooting, she was apprehended at the scene and arrested on a single count of murder. She's a state representative. No, wait, I'm sorry. This other guy who they were interviewing, who I tried to cut out because he was boring. Police reportedly have a big problem in Mississippi with the jails and the courthouses. Apparently, people are beating the shit out of each other at the Mississippi courthouses on the regular.
Yeah, they're saying there's not enough security. And there's a person quoted in there saying that, if we had more security, what would more security do? The guy walks out of the courthouse. This woman has a pistol and shoots him 10 times.
Well, the answer is more witnesses.
There's plenty of witnesses. Her own attorney was there and saw it. His attorney saw it. Like, everyone saw it. She didn't give a fuck. I love the drama. Like, this is the way to do it. This is like straight out of I don't know. I don't watch Lifetime movies, but I assume this is what happens in Lifetime movies, right? A couple gets divorced, and then the mom puts 10 bullets in a guy for all the abuse that she had to endure while they were married.
She was standing next to her attorney when she did this, by the
Yes.
way.
Yeah.
She's taken, they have 7 grandkids together.
Yep.
And apparently he was indicted in August on charges of aggravated assault and domestic violence against her.
Right.
But his divorce lawyer insists it was Tanya who was the alleged instigator and attacker.
Yeah, and this
And
lawyer's
I'm
just like,
kind of
see, she's kind of a bitch. That's what I've been telling you guys.
Your
all
Honor,
along.
I rest my case.
Yeah, right. I think maybe she was instigating these fights. I mean, you see what just happened? Seems plausible, right? Also, I love there's a family member that says, I wish they could have worked out their problems in a peaceful way. You know who else wishes that? Ray. Or James, whatever this guy's name is.
You know what I think, though? I think this is going to be great for the grandkids and the kids. They don't have to do that 2 Christmas bullshit.
Oh, good point.
They don't have to go to any of them.
That's a good point. Do we have to visit grandma? No, you never have to visit her in jail. Okay, thank you.
Do we have to go to Grandpa's grave? You know, we go day after Christmas
it's
because
fine. He'll still be there.
yeah, no worries.
He doesn't know.
All right, you want to meet the most heinous bitch I could think of?
Oh yeah.
This is Denise Zamora. She was arrested last week. She's accused of abusing her daughter, who's 15 years
Someone
old.
put a baby in that? Ugh.
I'm imagining with science's help.
Oh, maybe.
Well, this woman has committed upwards of $1 million in Medicaid fraud.
Good for her.
As well as
steal from the system, baby.
As well as tugging at people's heartstrings with fake charities.
Oh.
Now, Tarrant County investigators allege that Zamora took her 15-year-old daughter, who is nonverbal, can't communicate, to a bunch of doctors and put her through a bunch of treatments so she could go, oh, my daughter's sick and she has all these problems. And she'd take her to all these different places and get people to pay for it. And she'd go out on Facebook and give them to give her money. And
Setting up GoFundMe after GoFundMe.
And Carl, they said the daughter's deaf, nonverbal. Her mother would answer for it, all the medical visits. They said that her daughter, they would put her through pain
She says
treatments.
she wants more chemo. You can't understand her, but I can understand her.
She's in so much pain. She got this deaf, nonverbal child addicted to ketamine from the doctors. They kept saying she's in so much pain. They start giving the kid fucking ketamine.
Get her in the K-hole, everyone. Better than a chimney.
So she's now facing a slew of felonies. They had, at one point, they had her put a feeding tube into her daughter.
Why? Because she couldn't eat with her mouth?
No, she could eat fine with her mouth. After they took the fucking feeding tube out, they handed her a sandwich, and she was like,
"So you got a Snickers over there too?"
Yeah, Jesus Christ! They put her through, this poor child through this really painful shit.
So they say that she was faking her daughter's illnesses for both cash and attention. Now, the cash part I get. The attention part is embarrassing. That's the part I'm like, really? You need attention that bad? You got to pretend your daughter has cancer?
She pretended she had cancer. That's why she has a shaved head.
Yeah,
Carl.
she shaved her head to pretend that she was getting treatments.
Yes, now I'm getting cancer too. And during all of this, she builds a brand new $300,000 house.
Wow, where'd she get that money from, I wonder? She was doing things. So she was faking all these symptoms that she had, including she was faking having heavy menstrual bleeding.
She put ketchup packets in her underwear. I was like, pay attention to me.
I know. She's like at the Halloween store trying to make it look like she's got a bloody vag.
Oh, this is happening again. It's
the
just
worst.
It's just my cancer.
But let's not pretend this is the first woman to pretend she had a headache, though, okay?
Yeah, that's
unless you think that's the only one doing that.
The gateway to womanhood, faking headaches. So the charges she now faces include aggravated assault with a deadly weapon related to a scalpel she allegedly used to insert a feeding tube into her daughter. She did it herself. She refused to answer any questions on her intentions when confronted with the allegations. She's denied doing anything wrong to the victim and continually blamed the doctors. It is the doctors who did all these things to her.
The shaving your head thing to pretend that you're going through chemo is not going to last more than a day or two. Like, chemo patients don't have stubble. You know what I mean? It doesn't grow in. Oh, it fell out. Now it's growing right back in again. That's cool. What a deal.
A lot of the people with chemo just shave their heads preemptively.
Sure.
So, they should stop doing that because that way people would be tougher for them to fake it.
I see. So you think it was a smart move, then, shaving your head?
No, I'm just saying it's easier to fake. Stolen valor or whatever.
Yeah, someone in the comments said, wouldn't it be just easier to just get a job? Yes. All these people who try to pull these elaborate
Who's
scams
paying her $1 million?
and they're bad at it.
Who's paying her $1 million when all you have to do is abuse a nonverbal? Are you kidding me?
No, learn how to video edit.
Good point. Good point.
Even
Captain.
Tukey can do it. Can't be that hard.
So I could do it.
Can't be that hard.
Correct. All right, Carl, let's talk about the last creeps on today's show. A Belgian couple who repeatedly raped their four daughters and used them as sex slaves.
Wow.
Left them with sexually transmitted diseases, bruising, and pelvic injuries. The mother and father, who have not been named for legal reasons, were sentenced over a decade behind bars after subjecting their daughters to horrific abuse when they were between the ages of 12 and 21. It's a hell of an age group.
Yeah. Quite the range.
The parents abused the four girls, one of whom is said to be the man's daughter, while the other three are the women's from a separate partner, because they desired threesomes but lacked funds to hire prostitutes.
I don't remember that episode of the Brady Bunch, do you?
How do you think he got? They could afford the prostitutes. How do you
That's
think
true.
he got the HIV?
Yes, good point. So this is wild.
From the boys down at the Y.
This is wild. This guy is like, I really want to have threesomes, but I'm not an attractive guy. My personality sucks balls. We can't afford prostitutes. There's these other women living in the house. Maybe we can bring them into the bedroom with us. And the wife's like, I guess, we can't. You're right. We can't afford prostitutes.
So this is how this went. It's like a child driving past a McDonald's with their mom in the car.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I want McDonald's. We have McDonald's at home.
Yeah, you don't need
He
McDonald's.
sees the young pussy on the side of the road. He's like, I got to get some of that. It's like, we have perfectly good pussy at home.
Right. And I love that there's 4 women and 1 guy. And the mom is saying, well, he threatened me if we didn't do all this stuff. It's like, you outnumber him 4-1. If you weren't women, you would be able to do that math and figure it out, because this went on for years. But I think that the mom is also a disgusting pervert, because she's also going down on her daughter, which is wild.
They're both in on this, dude.
Yes.
Now, listen to this fucking paragraph. The couple, both in their 40s, would threaten the girls with homelessness if they refused their sexual advances, with one girl being told sex would help her own relationship, while another one was told it would help her lose weight.
We can't afford Ozempic, so just let dad rape you if that's cool.
Well, the herpes he's going to give you might do a number on your brain,
Sure.
but, you won't be hungry for a little while when they put you on the meds. The examination discovered the 2 girls had sustained pelvic injuries, bruising, and sexually transmitted diseases.
Jesus Christ.
The girls were given alcohol, muscle relaxants, and lubricants when the abuse took place.
It's a ditty party.
You gotta teach your
Freak
kids to be
off.
prepared. Texts from the mothers to the girls showed the level of manipulation they faced, with messages revealing how she would tell them that if they didn't participate, they would destroy the family.
Oh, what a family, too. We don't want to ruin this.
The
We
2
got a good
youngest
thing going.
daughters. Yeah, I know, right? The 2 youngest daughters escaped, and the couple was arrested on their home on December 30th, 2023. And the mother admitted during the police interview that she participated in the rapes of her daughters and stepdaughter because her partner would often beat her if she did not comply. Bullshit.
And then his story is, it was her idea. So going back to your idea about McDonald's, where she's just like, we got the pussy at home, we'll just use that. And could you imagine being a guy where you're like, oh, rape our daughter? Why didn't I think of that? Okay. Yeah, that never would have crossed my mind. You're the brains of this family. Thank you very much.
Of course it never crosses his mind. Who listens to their wife?
Yeah, I never would have came up with that on my own. But now that you said it, sounds like a great idea. Let's do that.
Oh, boy.
And then he claims that the daughters are actually seducing him, which has to be a new low, right? For a rapist to be like, I didn't even want to, but
We believe the fat one was, sir, but the other 3?
yes.
Dear God. He got 15 years. She got 13 years. Fuck him.
And they don't reveal the names. That's a thing they do in Europe. Why do you protect these people's privacy? Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Complete garbage.
Scumbags.
Fuck them. Carl, we got a couple more super chats helping us celebrate.
I love it.
Now, did Fat Guy, we get this one? Merry Christmas, boys, from Fat Guy
Merry
666.
Christmas. Thank you very much. And then
Next picks. Haven't seen you in a while, Next picks. Thanks for that $6.99 Canadian. So have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Crazy Kwanzaa, a Tip-Top Tet, and a solemn, dignified Ramadan. Sure
Very
will.
good. Very good.
Sure
Next picks.
will.
Thank you very much for that, sir.
Now, Carl, we're going to talk about all the people Biden is pardoning on Friday's bonus episode.
Well, we can't talk about all of them. I only have an hour.
Okay.
We'll
Okay.
talk about the main ones.
Maybe we'll do some cop cams. We're going to have some fun. So we hope to see you on Friday. But most importantly, have the merriest of Creepmas, everybody. We truly appreciate
And
you.
most importantly, tune into the Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel in a couple of hours, 4 p.m. Eastern. We will have Point Dabble Point. And what a week it's been with Stuttering John. So much to discuss. I'm sure even you are following this.
A little bit.
Nonsense.
A little bit. I don't care. But can I also throw a plug in, Carl? I would like to plug the fact that I'm going to be joining our pal Dick Masterson today on the Dick Show.
Nice.
We're going to be doing the Creep Off Christmas All-Stars. Now, I said to Dick when he invited me on, I said, do you want Carl too? And he's like, no.
He did not.
Yes, he did. I got it. The text. I'll
Fuck
show it to
off.
you. I'll show it to you.
Fuck off.
It's the best. So I'll be on the Dick Show this week.
Awesome.
Yeah, guys, you're the best. Thanks for supporting the show. Please find us on Patreon if you enjoy the content. Get a bonus episode every Friday. And until next time, it's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice.
Gia.
Take a trip to time zone.